Hi, I'm Hakeem from the Cavalier Daily Multimedia team. Today we have student council candidates for Vice President for Administration, Brendan Wynn, Annie Ungrady, and Tyler Crown. How are you guys doing today?
Fine,
thanks.
Fine.
Very good. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming. So today we're just going to talk about your platforms, your campaigns, and get to know you guys better so that when the voters vote next week, they know who they're voting for. Let's start with some basic information. What year are you, what's your major, and what are you involved with here at the university?
Okay. My name is Tyler Crown. I am a third year majoring in commerce and political philosophy, policy, and law. And my involvements include I'm president of College Council, as well as involved with Residence Life and the Islamic Finance Association.
Well, my name is Annie Ungrady. I'm also a third year. My major is French DMP, and I am in the 5-year Master's in Public Health program. I am very heavily involved with student council, flash seminars, Engage UVA, and Residence Life as well.
And I'm Brendan Wynn, also a third year. I'm a double major in government and psychology, and I think the involvements I'm most proud of are Virginia 21. I'm the president for that CIO, and I also serve on the University Financial Aid Committee.
I guess this is a job for fourth year.
So Tyler, tell me about the VPA position. What does it actually do?
The role of the VPA is basically handle internal operations for student council. While I see that as one of their roles, I think another role as well is to be involved in helping VPO and the President of Student Council manage Student Council, not only internally but externally as well.
Awesome. Brandon, we'll start with you. What makes you qualified for this role? What sets you apart from your candidates?
I've had a lot of experience doing administrative roles. Some of this, to be honest, is just handling Google documents and making sure people are turning in their information on time. But I've also had a lot of experience making sure that the culture of a CIO is able to grow and change. I think that there's a real opportunity for the VPA to take the way student council works from the inside and make it a culture of diversity and of forward thinking and of bold action.
Annie?
Right, so I mean, I really think that it's my work, the question was about whether or not, our experiences, right, and how we can apply them, right? So I really think that my experiences with Public Service Committee, which is really fostering civic engagement, engaging the community, making sure that there are collaborative efforts and relationships being fostered, I really think that that's something that can be more or less directly applied into the VPA role, which is very flexible in its by nature. It's something that really could entail, people doing a lot of administrative work, but then also being very active in the community, in just student council, between UVA and the Charlottesville community at large. And I think that with my work with Public Service Committee, I think it's something that has more or less trained me to be really great at fostering collaborative efforts within student council, which would make it a very well-running internal structure, and therefore would be seen by the students at large as a very, a great organization that students will respect and use as a resource in turn.
Tyler, what makes you qualified?
If you look at my role as president of College Council, I mean, I've turned around an organization that was wasn't well known, didn't have a lot of publicity. We weren't funding as many CIOs to something that has become much more well known and much more, I think, represented and well respected on grounds. I think that's my work, not only doing internal workings of College Council, turning that around, making the council more unified, but also working with other CIOs and other student groups like fourth-year trustees and third-year council, has given me the ability and the opportunity to lead a large student body, and it's something I think that would translate well to the VPA role.
Yeah, this question's for you.
Sure.
What hasn't gone well with the internal management of StudCo this past year?
So I think something that is very easily seen by somebody who's already involved with student council. From my perspective, I am a co-chair of a committee, but I don't necessarily know committee members on other committees. I don't know, for example, some people who are on academic affairs committee. I know the co-chairs and we work together, but I don't know everybody who's involved. And to me, that's a pretty big deal. The committee members, the committee co-chairs, the student body representatives, they're all equally representative of student council to their peers and to their friends as anybody else. So I think something that student council can be promoting more is internal structure and internal organization, more of a family feel, and making sure that really everybody is more or less on the same page as far as different initiatives going on. I mean, there are I think there were 120 initiatives or something like that this year on student council, and I mean, while I could name a few of the big ones, I certainly couldn't name all of them, and I think that's a shame, particularly when there are people who come to me as a resource for student council initiatives in general. So I think that's definitely something that could be worked on in student council.
So Brendan, what would you do differently from the VPA this past year and also from your opponents?
During the summer, with the recent unpleasantness, if you looked on the Student Council website to try to find out who your representative was, they weren't updated yet, and elections had already come and gone. And for the ones that were, all of their office hours said to be determined, and all of their emails did not exist. To this day, representatives have to be determined next to their office hours, so there's no way to meet with them on the off chance that you get an email reply. That's something that the VPA can handle. It's changing the way that the culture of Student Council actually runs so that it feels committed to serving the community here. And more broadly, thinking of the initiatives that Annie mentioned, there were over 120, and if you ask a lot of students here on grounds, they didn't know those 120 initiatives had gone on because the marketing just wasn't there. That's another simple administrative task. That just means reallocating a little bit of resources to marketing and communications, working with them and the director of university relations a little bit more closely to make sure that you're targeting groups so that they know that these initiatives are going on, because they're really some awesome initiatives.
So Tyler, what would you do specifically as VPA? How does what you want to do with the position compare to that of your opponents?
I think sort of my main platform, my main goal for VPA would be I want to represent the students better, and I want to be create a student council that's more efficient and more transparent. Something I propose is that on all student council subcommittees, or on all the committees, that the committee chairs and also the members would meet with other CIO leaders to hear about what they think should be done, what student council should be doing, what's going on with them, what they think is going on wrong at UVA, and how things can be changed. And so what I want to do is create sort of, I see student council as very much like the focal point of student organizations on ground representing the student interests. And while there are hundreds of members of student council that I think do a very good job of doing this, I think if you want to better represent and better feel, have people better feel that they're being represented, the best way to do this is by working with other CIOs, different leaders of things such as, you know, the class councils, academic councils, U-Guides, Just Society. I mean, you can go on, and having them come into student council meetings, these different committee meetings, and asking them, what do you think, what do you think student council is doing well? What do you think we can focus on? What are your concerns, and how can we address them? And that's something I'd want to do day one, is to, again, make student council much more representative of the student body.
Let's talk about some campaigning, because you guys had one of the most competitive races with 5 candidates vying for one position. Annie,
Yeah.
what role does honor and ethics play in the campaign?
Well, I think particularly in a campaign that is this big, I mean, honor and ethics is one of, it's absolutely crucial to maintaining a good campaign. I think it's pretty safe to say that we all walked away from that first panel discussion with the MRC endorsement interview, and we all kind of took a step back and we were like, we all really like each other, you know, so this is really interesting. It's going to be interesting. Maybe we'll like all take, you know, it was a really interesting thing to kind of notice how much we respected one another, I think. And I mean, I think it's just really crucial to be maintaining that respect and that honor and the ethical code to really be sure that everybody has equal opportunity.
So Brennan, how competitive has the race gotten? Are all the rules being followed with 5 candidates kind of, you know, trying to win the seat?
You know, there are a lot of rules. Anybody who's looked at the UVA page, there's like 6 pages. We have to swear on the honor code that we've read them and try to follow them as closely as we can. They also refer to university policies, and so sometimes this is difficult. They can be as specific as saying that you must write paid for by so-and-so down at the bottom of the page. One of the people who was helping me put up flyers did a really great job, but to put 2 different flyers on 2 different bulletin boards, and so I got a nice email letting me know that had happened, and we corrected for that. But it's a lot of rules, it really is, and like Annie mentioned, it's really great being able to work with so many people that you feel a sense of camaraderie with, rather than really fierce competition.
So there's no taking down of people's posts or anything?
No, absolutely not. I would not say so.
That was awesome. So guys, give the camera your 30-second spiel about why you want your constituents or future constituents to vote for you guys. Annie, we'll start with you.
Okay, I think that the reason I should be considered for VPA is because of my experience already with student council. I'm aware of how the internal structure works, and I'm aware of the things that need to be changed from an internal perspective. Additionally, I think my leadership skills with the Public Service Committee has shown that I have been pretty successful at being able to delegate certain tasks to my committee members, and that's kind of, to me, one of the most important ways to lead, in the sense that people are really being able to show their own potential. And so I think my experience with Public Service Committee, as well as my experience with civic engagement opportunities like Flash Seminars and Engage UVA, and then my involvement with the Student Activities Committee, where I get to work with the SAF funding, has really prepared me well to be able to work on an internal structure of student council. Thanks for the time.
Tyler?
So as president of College Council, I've had a proven record of success, and that's really why I decided to run for the VPA position. It all started at the end of last semester when the Seventh Society put up their banners about no man is an island unto himself. And it got me thinking that also Student Council shouldn't be an island either. It should be really, truly representative of the student body and their interests. And that's what I think I can bring and will bring to the VPA position. Looking back at my past experiences with College Council, a lot of people urged me to run. It's something I want to do and think I could do a good job doing. And it's something, again, that I think that making Student Council much more representative, more efficient, more transparent, and by responding to and focusing on what students truly matter, if you look, I think I could definitely do that as the VPA Student Council.
And last but not least, Brendan.
As an outsider to Student Council, I'm just like so many students here on grounds who aren't sure what council's doing, who aren't sure how it works. And I go up to different committee chairs and ask them what's wrong, and they think, wow, nobody's ever asked me. But then they've got a laundry list of things that aren't working right. I'm here to come and fix those things. I'm here to make council work even better. I'm here to make its 120 initiatives reach out to as many people as it possibly can. And I'm here to make council reflective of our diverse university community, to be more collaborative with that university, and to be effective in the way it responds to crises.
Cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. For more information about the candidates, their campaigns, and their platforms, feel free to Google search or Facebook their name to find their event pages and their websites. And make sure you go to uvavote.com starting Monday, February 25th to cast your vote for who you want to be the next Student Council Vice President for Administration. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter @Cavalier Daily. This is Hakeem from the Cavalier Daily Multimedia team. See you soon.